And we're live. Just making sure that we are live here. If you've joined us already, thank you. Let's make sure that we are live on the LinkedIn. Rory will be joining us here in a moment. Okay, let's go to view profile. Can you see me? Hi. If you're here, say something. If you got okay. Make sure if you can see us, you can hear us, get into the StreamYard, talk to us here, leave a comment, and make sure that, it doesn't show us live. Here's Rory. Okay. Hi, welcome. How are you?
Hey, doing well.
Okay, here it is. We are live. If you got okay. We need to make that quiet. All right, and make sure that this is working. Share. We are live. How many exclamation points do we need here to be live? 5, 6?
5. I was going to say 5.
5. Let's make it 5. Okay. It's always funny, like be on that screen and then talking here. And hey, Robin, what's happening? Robin, tell everybody what you do or how we know each other. That's actually probably a better story. All right, we are live. Okay, let us push live. Awesome. Hi, Rory.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm staying warm in Dallas. I've got like my winter gear on. So we're good. We're good. How are you?
I'm great, and I just want to say hi to Robin here. Hi, Robin Mulder, not from the X-Files. Hi, Robin. So I'm great, and it's funny because I'm in New Jersey where it's currently snowing, and I'm wearing like a short sleeve Hawaiian shirt. So like, I'm defying whatever weather pattern is happening. Like it doesn't matter to me. So, but I'm glad that you guys are safe and have water and electricity and all that. Did you were without it at any point?
We don't have hot water, but I'd rather have the heat, and the electricity. So yeah, so it's kind of crazy down here. We were talking earlier about how everything kind of kicked off Valentine's Day weekend, which is not the best time to have restaurants forced to be closed. So yeah, back to takeout and like kind of the scrappy stuff that restaurants were doing at the beginning of the pandemic, it feels like.
I work with a pizzeria in San Antonio, and on Tuesday he was just like, I think it was Monday, he was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
It's like, I can't do anything. So you know how he announced to his followers that they were going to be closed? This is awesome.
Social media?
Yes.
Emails?
No, he didn't do email, but we did social media. But it put up a video of him and his kids sledding. He's like, sorry, we're closed.
That's awesome. There's a bakery here in Richardson in the DFW area. The owners put up a picture of their dogs in the snow and said, sorry, our dogs aren't, driving us to the bakery anytime soon.
You might as well have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Robin here is saying that she was promised there would be donuts.
There would.
So I typically don't do these things, but because I think you're new probably to my LinkedIn feed, why don't you tell people who you are real quickly and what Donut Digest is, and then we'll get into this.
For sure. So I started out as a donut blogger, taking pictures of donuts and putting them all over Instagram. And then I decided I wanted to host a donut festival in Dallas, which I did in 2019. With COVID, things shifted around. So I've been focused on helping independent restaurant owners, mostly bakery shop owners and donut shop owners, maximize their online presence so that they can get more customers.
Super important. There seems to be I don't know why I call it an affliction, but lots of restaurant owners are not so great at marketing.
Yes, and you'd be surprised. I still see independently owned kind of mom and pop shops do not even have a website. But that definitely, the power behind websites came to light during the pandemic, if it hadn't already.
Yeah, I have it's funny because you think about that, and then you think about like how many operators are also not using social media, which we'll get deep on that here. But like as an example, I have a client. We went yesterday and looked at all the marketing metrics for January. We always do a monthly review, search, reviews, email, text, everything, social, like to see what worked. Okay, in the month of January, okay, every single social metric was down from December. Every single one. Impressions, likes, follows, clicks, everything was down. Of course it is, right? Because people go out to eat in December and they stay home in January, right? Makes total sense, right? Then we opened up Google Analytics right? And we opened up Google My Business, and we also opened up our search console, and we opened up our reputation management, and we opened up our emails, and every single one of them crushed every single metric in January. Every single one of them. And what does that tell you? It tells you that social media is a lagging indicator of interest, right? And so when a restaurant prioritizes Instagram or Facebook over email or over text or over conversions or search or any of these other things, like the juice is not the same squeeze. You know what I mean? So it's amazing to me to think that like people might not have a website. That seems crazy. It seems crazy to me that they might not have social media. Again, seems crazy. And it seems crazy to me that they would spend tons of effort on social media and not think about that rest of the stuff. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's all these tools in a toolkit. And Google even has a term for how people search online. They call it the messy middle. And you and I have talked about how the customer journey starts online, but it's not a linear path. So someone might start out searching for, best tacos near me on Google. They might find an article from a local eater site, and that might take them to Instagram. They might check out the reviews on, Yelp. And it's all about, controlling your experience in the channels that you own. Technically, you don't own Instagram or Facebook, but you can control how your profile looks on those sites and how to funnel those customers into your system so you have their information. You can control your website and help improve your search engine optimization. So it's all part of an ecosystem. And I think local business owners get intimidated by the technology. They don't even know where to start, which is understandable. But it's about knowing enough so you can either do it yourself or delegate it to someone who knows how.
Totally. And today we're not here to talk about any of those tactics.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
But hey, listen, if you're joining us live or you're watching this later and you want to have a conversation with me or Rory about any of that stuff, just DM one of the two of us or both of us at the same time, and we're happy to answer questions. And if you're watching this live, just pop in there. We see the questions coming in if there's something you want to ask. And again, if you're watching it later, because this lives forever, I don't take them down. Maybe it will. I don't know. You can ask questions, like DM us, shoot us a message. So, well, let's get into this. We promised people that we're going to show them or tell them ways to convert their followers into orders. So maybe we should define what that means first. You want to take a stab at that, or should I?
I'll jump in first. So, when it comes to social media, I'm thinking primarily about Instagram as far as, restaurants' platform of choice, although it could be Facebook for you or TikTok even. But when we think about followers on Instagram, a lot of folks are focused on the number of followers. But, there's a phrase out there, you can't deposit likes or followers into your bank account. So how do you convince someone?
That is Matt 101.
Matt Platt, that's right. So how do you convince someone who comes across your page or who follows you to open up their wallet and order based on what they see? So it could be what's in your bio. It could be your highlights. It could be your the photos that you choose to use, whether it's your own or a customer's photo, the captions that you use, and the link that you're using in your profile to guide them to the next step. So numbers, vanity numbers, it's a vanity metric. It looks great initially, but if those people aren't buying from you, then it means nothing at the end of the day.
Yeah, followers are nothing if you don't get them to take action, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what is one way, and we'll go in any order you want. What's one way that people can get more orders from their followers?
Ooh, okay. I have a couple notes here. One, I would say definitely have a business Instagram account if you don't already.
Good point.
You have access to a lot of extra features that a personal account does not have. So analytics, and you have extra call to action buttons in your profile. So you can say, order now, or link to your ordering site. If you have, for example, a cloud-based POS system that you like people to order from. But you also have an order now button in your Instagram stories. And it doesn't hook up with all POS. I know Square is one of them. Chow Now might be another one. But that is a direct way to let people order from you. So business profile is like 101 for Instagram.
Man, I was going to go right into like tactics and strategies, but man, that is so important. I'm glad you brought it up. Super important. If you do not have a business account on Instagram, you're already making a mistake, right?
Yeah, and just Google how to set that up. It's super easy. It's free. No reason not to get it. But tell me about some of the tactics you're thinking of.
Well, I was going to go right into like tactics, but I think we need to stick at the strategy level. It's a good point. So I would say that if you want to convert your followers into orders, you need to have the right information in your bio, right? For sure. I'm sure you do too. I see restaurants all the time, and not just like mom and pops. I see this at like the chain level, that like their bio is missing crucial information that people need, whether it's to engage, order, or even follow, right? And some of those things would be, who are you? Like, I don't, you might think everybody knows who KFC is, but maybe they don't. Like you should have at least one sentence about the brand and what you serve, right? So when somebody comes there, they need to know exactly what they're getting. Hey, listen, I buy software, right? Nothing makes me angrier than I go to the website and I've scrolled through the whole front page and I have no idea what they do, right? God bless your restaurant. All you have to say is we serve pizza. Like, oh, I get it. Like,
right.
Make it easy.
And where are you located?
Yeah. So number 2, location, right? Now, if you're a large multi-unit like a KFC, obviously you're not going to do that. And I don't know why I'm choosing to pick on fried chicken this morning. But like if you have 1 or 2 locations, put your address or put the town. Or if you're regional, you're like, oh, only in South Florida. Like it makes sense, right? Because people need to know where you are. So, right. You need to have your location. You need to have a little bit about yourself. I don't know why restaurants send people. They first of all, they don't have the link. Oh my God. But the link goes just to their website. Don't send me to yourrestaurant.com. Okay. If I'm clicking that link, I have intention, right? You've told me to do something. We'll get to the CTAs here in a minute, but you've told me to sign up for a newsletter. You've told me to order. You've told me to do something. Make that link go right to the action that you make me want to take. And if you don't know what that action is, every restaurant should just assume it's right to online ordering, right? If somebody did not want online order and they wanted to download an app or send you a complaint or whatever, like they'll get there. But like push them down the funnel, right? So a link that takes them to the action you want to take. And the other one, and this maybe doesn't really convert people into orders, but when I go and see a restaurant and they don't have their own branded hashtag, I'm like, why would you not do that? Help people find the content that they're looking for when they're searching to find out more about your business.
Yeah, I haven't seen that on all restaurants. I think also because of the space limitations in the bio. What I have seen, at least lately with the effects of COVID, is we're open. We're doing curbside. We're doing takeout. Here are our new hours. So just some quick information, and we can talk about updates also using highlights. But think about, if someone lands on your Instagram page, they have probably about 2 or 3 seconds before they lose interest if they don't see something that interests them. So if you treat your Instagram page almost like your website, how are you going to break out that information so that they know exactly what to expect, how they can order, what your brand stands for, and what specials you have going on, and all of those details, that you would kind of like a digital greeting, because not everyone is able to have dine-in right now. So
we have a question here from Jody, and Jody is saying, I can't fit much in my profile. How can I expand that? You can't. Sorry. So work with what you got. And I know that's frustrating. I've probably rewritten my own personal bio 684 million times. Be like, if I could just get one more character, make it work. You know what I mean? We're neighborhood pizza joint in Austin. You have enough characters for that. You know what I mean?
So there are a few features that Instagram lets you use that you don't have to take up space in the bio. One of them is the category of your business. So, Jody, you can search for a donut shop. You can also add that information in your bio. Hey, we serve donuts in XYZ town. They're brioche style, however you want to describe the business. But the category and your username and anything you put in the bio, it's searchable. I don't know if anyone has been in Instagram lately where the search bar at the top, tells you, put in a keyword. You don't have to have a hashtag. You don't have to use the @ symbol to know someone's profile. So it's all the more reason to make yourself found and searchable using these keywords.
Awesome. All right. So we got some foundational stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have a bio that tells people who you are, right? You gotta have a link in your bio that takes them to the action you want them to take. You need to have a business account, right?
Yeah.
So that's 3 things we got to make sure we're doing. What's another thing? What's another thing that a restaurant do to convert their followers into orders?
They can set up an Instagram shopping section. So
restaurants doing this?
I have seen, there are some bakeries I work with here in Dallas that use the Instagram shopping feature. You normally think about that for retail, but if you have a business Instagram account and you set it up through Facebook, actually, you can tag your products, your food in photos. So you can directly sell that way. So the follower doesn't even have to leave Instagram. It's all right there.
Does that work? So I've not used this. This is awesome. So like, can I put like, if I'm a restaurant, can I put like my large pizza there and people can like go to whatever? Does it connect to your online ordering or how's it work?
I believe it connects to your, you have to set up a shop through Facebook. And I haven't done it myself, so I need to do a little firsthand research, but it connects to your Facebook shop, which possibly can connect to your POS system. But otherwise, you have to kind of create a mirror shop.
Okay.
that
we need to,
but
but you can sell hats.
Possible.
Yeah, you can sell hats or aprons or sauce. You know, I know lots of places that have like their own sauces and seasonings, like for sure. That's an order, isn't it? Good
Definitely.
Call. We need to learn more about that.
I know it's not used a lot in the food and beverage industry, and I get why, but you know, if people are spending more time online these days and on their phones, more time on Instagram, then you know, you can capture them where they are and limit the number of clicks in places they're going to.
100%. Make the journey shorter. Let's talk about the journey. Let's move on to number 5 here. Okay. I think people need to understand, where does social media sit in the customer journey, right? So it is highly unlikely that somebody is following a restaurant unless one of 2 things have happened. They've already eaten there or they've already planned to eat there, right? So like, think a lot of restaurateurs, I think, go and update, social media thinking like, oh, this is going to attract me new guests, right? It's not the case. Okay. People don't discover restaurants as frequently on Instagram as they do on like Google or Yelp or word of mouth, right? They just don't. It's lower in the funnel. By the time somebody's gotten to your social media account, they found out about you some other way, right? They found out you on search. They saw an influencer, a friend of them told about it. They went to Google, they were on Yelp. By the time they get to Instagram or Facebook, they are lower down the funnel, right? So you have to think about, what is the content you're putting there that convinces them to place the order? Okay. You have to think about, why are these people coming to my account? Okay. So from an acquisition side, you have to think about getting them to place the order. Okay. More importantly, if people who don't follow you I'm botching this one.
It's early.
If Instagram is not a great way to get new guests, who's on it? Your current guests, right? People who have had a brand experience. So they already know what the food tastes like. They already had an experience. They've already placed the delivery. Okay. The easiest person to sell on a product is somebody who's already had the product, right? So basically what I'm telling you is that, again, in the customer journey, Instagram should help you drive repeat orders. Okay. And so how do you get repeat orders? I feel like I'm just like dangling the carrot. Like, what are we getting to, Rev? Like, we'll get there. It's calls to action, right? And so if you're going to post a picture of your donut or, your pizza of the month or, whatever special you have, and you don't end it with click the link in our bio, or if you're on Facebook, if you don't include the link to download the app or to order the t-shirt, if you don't like complete the step for them, how can you expect them to complete the step? You know what I mean? Like, you have to have a call to action, and you have to remember, because a lot of people, and this is why I bring up the journey thing, a lot of restaurants are like, oh, my customers don't want them to market to me. They followed you. You have permission. You know what I mean?
I think about if this conversation, if your caption in a photo were to happen in the real world inside of your restaurant, imagine if a server walked up to your table, handed you a menu, and then just stood there.
Oh my God, that is such a great analogy. I'm totally stealing that. I'm 100% stealing that.
Go for it.
Public, so everybody knows that I'm totally stealing that. That's awesome.
And when you're staring at each other, and it's like, tell the customer what you want them to do. And so that does go back to your goals, because sure, you want more orders at the end of the day so you can stay in business and make more of the food that you love to make. But you might want to actually, get more people to join your email list first. You might want to get them to sign up for text message marketing first. You might want them to buy a specific, limited time offer you have going on for Valentine's Day or the Super Bowl or whatever it might be. So you have one link in your bio. So make sure that that's matching up to, your goals and what you're telling them to do in your captions of your photos.
Yeah, great point. And to that point, let's expand on that, right? However many followers you have, right? When you post to your social media, and I know we're kind of jamming on Instagram here, but it's pretty valuable. How many of those people see it? 1%, 2%, maybe 10% if you're lucky, right? Because either they didn't log in that day, or the algorithm just thinks they don't care, or they're clicking on links to other things, like whatever. You just don't hit everybody that follows you, right? If you have their email address or their phone number, you can at least get into a place they will check, right? Even if like your open rates on email are averaging 20 or 30%, for restaurants they're usually a little higher, but like 20% of your email list is higher than your organic post is going to get. You know what I mean? Like, so for sure, if you want to drive orders from your followers, get them into your newsletter and email them.
Yeah. And text message marketing is like the hot new topic of the day, I feel like, although it's been around for a bit. But I believe the open rate for text message marketing is, upwards of 90%. Everyone opens a text message.
According to Zach at Ovation, 93% of text messages are read in 30 seconds.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a client I work with that's like, hey, it looks like we got 10 people that have signed up for our SMS. When should we text them? I was like, today. And they're like, why? I was like, because they don't know how many people are on the list. If you got one person on the list, like, communicate to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they don't know that you're sending it to 100 people. Like, it's a one-to-one communication to that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think though, however we use the call to action, you want to then take control of that customer information, because you don't know the email addresses of your Instagram followers. But you can get them onto your platforms, whether it's your ordering system, text message marketing, email newsletter, an app download, so that you have multiple ways to communicate with them. It's all about diversification, because if Instagram goes down one day, or if Mark Zuckerberg decides to pull the plug and there's a hot new app he's working on, what are you going to do?
Got to have customer communication. Now, here's the thing. It would be easy to take a 30,000-foot view of this conversation and think that you and I are basically speaking to SMBs and mom and pop shops, right? But I would dare anybody who's watching this, whether you work for a brand or not, to go look at the top 5 QSR brands on Instagram and see if they made a call to action in their last 9 posts. I dare you, okay? Pick any of them. See if they made a call to action, and then go see what is the link in their bio. And if they did, good for them, because I don't see it, okay? I do not see very large brands with thousands of units. They might post this like pithy little funny thing about their new chicken sandwich, and then no CTA. And the link in their bio just goes to their general website. So, I would implore somebody to, like, this is not SMB talk. This is all restaurants.
You want to talk about some examples of, mom and pop shops that are doing it well?
I would love that. You got one?
Yeah, I've got a few in the donut world, because we did promise donuts.
We did.
So
we gotta get that to Robin.
So there's a little shop called PV Donuts in Rhode Island, in Providence. And donuts is spelled DONUTS, in case anyone's looking on their phones. They are very clear about who they are, where they're located. They have a call to action in their bio that says download our app to order. So they have their own app they've developed in the past year. So they have all the customer information. Their photography is on point. Their brand voice is a little bit snarky, not obnoxious, but a little sarcastic, so it gets your attention. During the pandemic, they created letter donuts. They created letter donuts that said "mask the F up." They didn't spell out the full word, but that's who they are. That's part of their brand voice and personality. So they're very consistent, and they are, constantly updating their followers about hours and how many donuts they have left. And here's how you order, go to the link in bio for our app. So PB Donuts, love them.
That's awesome. You got another?
Ooh, I do. Okay. Let's see. So we've got Pips Original. Pips Donuts, they're in Portland. I know they're having a hard time with the storm too. The owners, it's a husband and wife team, they sign off their posts, like who is actually writing each post. So it's very personal. The captions are longer than you would normally see from a donut shop, but it works for their brand because they are inviting you into their kind of personal space. So they're constantly updating about what's going on with their shop. They had a fire last year. They've got storms and power outages right now. I think a truck drove into their shop last year. They've got like crazy stuff going on.
Wow.
Yeah. But they are, they're very present on social media and very creative, coming up with new products to sell. I think they bottled up they're also known for their chai.
I love it.
Chai and mini donuts. And so they bottled up their syrup and started selling that.
Talking about their power being out, right? But then tell people, calls to action. Here's ways you can support us. Buy a gift card. Links in our bio, or you can ask us about our birthdays. Like, that's awesome. Like, clear, great example. First one I pull up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's ice on the ground. We won't be around. Blah blah blah. But they're making calls to action here. It's awesome. Pips Original.
Yeah, and good donuts too.
Awesome. Well, listen, I never want to go too long on these things. I like to keep it to a quick 30 minutes. Rory, best way for people to find out more about you and ask you lots of questions.
So I hang out on Instagram quite a bit at Donut Digest. You can head to donutdigest.com. To my blog, I have tons of resources for all types of independently owned restaurant owners. Third-party delivery, updates, and you got all the scoop on that, Rev, as well. But everything going on. So head there, or just DM me. I'm happy to help any way I can.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, if you need help with your marketing, or specifically donuts and bakeries and coffee shops, Rory's your person. That's who you need to talk to. Awesome. Well, I want to talk about two quick things here before we pop off in the last minute. If you enjoyed this, and if you like these kinds of conversations, I would invite you to join me at 1:00 today. I'm going to share this on the screen, where I am doing basically an Ask Me Anything. Okay. If you're around at 1:00 today, it's a private channel. It's going to be Zoom. It is your restaurant marketing questions answered. Okay. You can talk about social media, anything we talked about here today. Third to first party conversion, email, SMS, all those things that we said we're not going to talk about, you can ask. Okay. It's at 1:00 Eastern today. I put a link in the LinkedIn here. It's either, I think, over there. I don't know. We're in a StreamYard, so we don't see it. But there's a link if you want to join. It's at 1:00 Eastern today. No holds barred. You bring your question. I will do my best to answer it. And if I don't know the answer, I'll help find a way. So I want to make sure that if you have questions, show up 1:00 Eastern today. The link here is somewhere on LinkedIn. Just click it and join. And the other thing, if you're like, Rev, I'm busy at that time, it's okay. You can register. We'll send you the recording afterwards. But tonight, and Rory, I hope you'll join us, going live on Clubhouse. And I know this is not a very exciting picture to look at because Clubhouse doesn't have landing pages. It's on the internet. But Sean Walchef from Cali Barbecue Media, I don't know if you know Sean, he's awesome. And Donald Burns, the restaurant coach, the three of us are hosting a chat on Clubhouse, if you're on Clubhouse, called Getting Around Restaurant Roadblocks. It's at 9:00 Eastern tonight. Again, if you're on Clubhouse, just come join us. It's the same thing. You can ask any questions, as if it's not just me. It's also Donald. It's also Sean. I hope Rory you'll join us, and we'll bring you up on stage. But guys, if you want more information, you want more questions, you can DM Rory, you can DM me, you can DM both of us. You can go to the AMA at 1:00 today. You can join a Clubhouse tonight. We're here to help. That's the whole idea. You know what I mean?
One more thing, for those who don't have access to Clubhouse yet, I have a few invites. So just send me a DM on Instagram. I'll hook you up.
Awesome. You know what? I might too. Go to Rory first. You guys should connect with her. Rory, thank you so much. This was awesome. By the way, I love doing this with StreamYard. Like, hey, we're close. We're not. What's going on? Oh, it's like super fun. Awesome.
Music video.
You need like a light show. Awesome. Rory, thank you so much. There's a lot of great information. And, I hope you make it a great tasty day.
Thanks, guys.
All right. We'll see you.